invite Rodney from the Charlestown Maroons. Rodney from the Charlestown Maroons. Can you come to the stage, please? Rodney, for the blowing of their bang, for the start of the ceremony. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Students, take your seat, please. Stand by, students. Stand by, teachers. Stand by, parents. Waiting for Rodney, who is coming to the stage just now. This is Africa Day. May 25, celebrated as Africa Day because on May 25, in 1963, the countries of Africa came together in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and founded the Organization of African Unity. We started the unification of African countries, and they named 5 regions of Africa. But in recent times, the African Union has named a 6th region as the African diaspora in the Caribbean and the Americas. Today is Africa Day. No better way to start this ceremony officially than to hear the abeng, which was used by our Maroons, African people in resistance to British colonization. Stand please for the blowing of the abeng. Thank you very much. Remain standing, please. Thank you. As we now have the anthems of Jamaica and then the African Union. Stand, please, and let's be reverent for the national anthem of Jamaica and the anthem of the African Union.
Christ
Thank you. I'm going to invite the head boy Kimarley Williams, who will be doing the prayer.
Let us pray. Father, thank you for every seed that has been filled here today. For each mind and heart that fills the presence of this room, we thank you. Only you truly know what we are setting out to accomplish today. We have an idea, a vision, hints, and daily instructions. We have talents, abilities, and time to work. However, only you can see in perfect detail the end of every beginning. Every project, every season, every life, nothing is ever in vain. For even mistakes and missteps are used for good. Your righteousness transcends all our efforts and understanding. Forgive us for our pride, the pride that puffs us up, and the pride that threatens to unqualify us. Strengthen our confidence in who you have made us to be. Set us free from comparison in order to work together efficiently. Bless this Africa Day function being held today. All those present, as well as the lives of those who we will encounter afterward. Ready us to make every moment count. In Jesus' name, amen.
Not because it's a prayer. Clap the head, boy. Last year, for the first time, Jamaica, the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Youth, decided to celebrate Africa Day, much the same as we celebrate Jamaica Day. Because we want to ensure that our children know their heritage. Yes? And so, as we gather today, let us not only gather for ourselves, let us remember our ancestors who were brought here from the continent of Africa, who were brought here and traded as enslaved Africans, who worked on plantations, but who resisted every step of the way. Last year we started in Kingston in Region 1. This year we are in Region 2, Portland and St. Mary. And Portland and St. Mary are very, very important parishes because they carry, yes ma'am, from Region 2, we see your mouth, yes, amen. They carry 3 of the 4 Maroon communities. In Portland, there are 2. Charlestown, just up the road, and Colonel Marcia Douglas is here from Charlestown, and the Charlestown group is here. And then the Colonel from Moortown is also here with us. 2 communities in Portland, and a 3rd community in Scotts Hall in St. Mary. So this region is 3 times blessed because the African element is strong. I'd like to welcome us all who are here. And I know the principal and the regional 2 representative will do that. But I just want to acknowledge our Custos. It's good to see him. First gentleman of the parish. Coming from far from another place. Honorable Lincoln Taxter. C.D. Custos Rotolorum, one of the builders of Titchfield High School of great fame. Put your hands together. We recognize Mr. Gavin Powell, who is representing our NP, Mr. Darrell Vaz. Thank you, Mr. Powell. You look young and strong. And then we want to recognize Her Excellency, Judith Hilton, Ethiopian Honorary Consul to Jamaica. Get something and wave. Give her a round of applause. And this is where I am going to be stretched. But let us go for it, right? Right, Miss Principal? I just want to welcome from the Nigerian High Commission. His name is Mr. Tajuddin Ipo Abdul Kadir. Hey, I got it right. Someday I'm going to name something like that, rather than Sidney Bartley, which is so boring. Oh my God, we lost our African identity when we lost those names. You know what I mean? I could have been Yekengele Paransoki Abdullah, and I'm only Sidney Bartley. What is that? Welcome you all. And so, it is going to be a good day. It has been a good day. Children, has it been a good day? Children, you okay? If you're happy that Buff Bay Primary is having this function, say yeah. Say yeah. Okay, good. Are you proud to be Jamaican? Are you proud to be Jamaican? Are you proud to be African? I'd like to acknowledge the policemen who went on the street with us as well. And so, at this point, I will welcome the drummers, Mustafa Reds and friends. It is normal for us, when we do African things, to start with an invocation of drums.
Ori go put on the pot. Abakadi. Ori go put on the pot. Ori go put on the pot. Ori go put on the pot. Ori go put on the pot before it burn up. No. Ori go put on the pot. tambo ye.
Tambo ya ya.
Tambo 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 ye.
Tambo ya ya.
Tambo 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 ye.
Tambo ya ya.
Tambo mi tambo ye.
Tambo ya ya.
Sakura go make the rain.
Those stones is on fire.
Sakura go make the rain.
Those stones is on
Oh
fire.
me virgin, Sakura go make the rain.
Those stones is on fire.
I be the tambo mi tambo ye.
Tambo ya ya.
Reds, give me the go.
Tambo ya ya. Tambo ya ya. Tambo ya ya. Tambo ya ya. Those stones is on fire. Those stones is on fire. Those stones is on fire. Tambo ya ya.
Woo! Woo! Things get hot. Lads, you have to come up here, you know. Reparations are being made. Yes, we continue. A special welcome. Welcome from the principal. Now let me tell you something. Buff Bay Primary School. Mona Heights was good last year. But let me tell you something. Buff Bay Primary overdo Mona Heights. Buff Bay clap on yourself. Yeah, man. Portland hot. And so I'm going to invite the principal of Buff Bay Primary and the CREO. I don't know what CREO means. I mean, it's called our Creole. I don't know what I mean. The Creole, the Chief Regional Education Officer. Why? The Community Relations Education Officer. And so you go to give the welcome. The Buff Bay Primary presentation that is coming after. Stand by, please. Everybody, once you see your next, be backstage. And that's followed by the Moortown Maroons also will be backstage. Sorry, Charlestown Maroons be also backstage.
Ms. Sinclair, today is a very important day for Buff Bay Primary School.
Matter of fact, Miss Edwards, it is an extraordinary day in Region 2, the region of care.
We are celebrating Africa Day under the theme, Celebrating Africa, Sankofa, Return to our Roots.
You remember that Miss Lou told us about going back to Africa?
Oh, yes.
Well, we have Africans joining us. Our African dignitaries are here.
We have with us, all the way from Africa, Her Excellency Judith Hilton, Ethiopian Honorary Consul to Jamaica.
We also have Mr. Tajuddin Ipo Abdul Kader, representing Her Excellency Maureen Tamuno, Nigerian High Commissioner to Jamaica.
Her Excellency Lumko Yenjeni, South African High Commissioner to Jamaica.
Miss Edwards, Jamaicans know how to put on their pretty dandan and show up.
We also have celebrating with us our own Honorable Lincoln Baxter, CD, Custos Rotulorum for the parish of Portland.
The Honorable Favour Williams, Member of Parliament, Minister of Education and Youth, will be joining us momentarily.
The Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, will be joining us briefly.
Mr. Gavin Powell, representing the Honorable Darrell Vaz, Member of Parliament and Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport.
Colonels Wallace Sterling and Marcia Douglas of the Moortown and Charlestown Maroon settlements.
Specially invited guests and representatives of the Ministry of Education and Youth, the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, and the members of the media.
Other specially invited guests: Liberty Learning Center, Mansionil Primary School, Charlestown Maroons, Mustafa Reds and Friends.
Teachers, parents, students, community members, Africans, Jamaicans here and in the diaspora, everyone hearing my voice, we are delighted that you have joined the celebration.
This is an auspicious occasion.
It is a memorable occasion that will be unforgettable.
Our people today need to be cognizant of our African roots, hence being able to embrace and relate to the cultural diversity of our African heritage.
Miss Edwards, Buff Bay, formerly known as St. George's, was home to some of our African forefathers. Did you know that some of our ancestors were buried right here?
Certainly. According to Marcus Garvey, and I quote, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots."
Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
welcome to Africa Day 2023.
Tangono, 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 tangono. Clap them. Is the Buff Bay primary ready for the next item? Please come, and then afterwards we'll be having Mansionil in the first of two items. Buff Bay primary, you ready? But Uno down there say yes, and I'm not hearing yes round here, so, and it's round here, so I want to hear the yes. Oh, you mean no? Oh, you mean no? You not ready? Buff Bay primary not ready? Can we move on and wait? All right, Buff Bay coming. This is the whole school, you know, so we have to give them. Mr. Manahan? Mr. Manahan? Where's Mr. Manahan? You don't know, say me too old to move this. Me too old. You don't say me do like a movement like while me done for the afternoon. Thank you, sir. Yes. All right. So put your hands together for the Buff Bay Primary School in their first item. Come on, welcome them. Say yeah. sir.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm wading through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Sisters, fill up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 second, Bob, Mansionil, 1 second. We're going to be inviting the Colonel of the Moortown Maroons, Colonel Wallace Sterling, will speak at this time on behalf of the Maroon community. The Maroon community, responsible for much of the resistance in Jamaican culture and in maintaining our African roots and culture. Colonel Wallace Sterling.
Check, 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me first say a big Akwaba. Akwaba to everyone who is present here today. And this is an occasion where I would not miss out on. But I want to say, first of all, to the principal of the Buff Bay Primary School and the student, the school community of Buff Bay, to all the dignitaries that are here today. And I must point out the Costas, because first of all, he was my first farm teacher. Well, not really teacher, farm prefect. And he was the one who was head of the cadet when I was there. And we go a long way. He lives in Fellowship, I live in Moortown. And it's part of the wider Maroon communities. So we are all Yenkunkono Pikibo. And the word Yenkunkono here, it actually means freedom. It means people who are free, people who are independent, people who rely on themselves for whatsoever they want, people who fight for the good and the benefit of their community. So with that in mind, I want to say that we speak about Africa. And we were here, all of us were born here in Jamaica, and we consider ourselves Jamaicans. But I must say that Africa was born in all of us. Our foreparents were forcefully, that is by and large, were forcefully taken from the motherland and were subjected to work on the colonial plantations in this neck of the wood, in the so-called New World. But as I said before, we're Yankunkunu Pikibo, and the resistance would have come out. And we know that even though we would have left the motherland behind, and, you know, person would refer to us in some way or the other as Guinea Bud. And that is an indication that you would have come from the coast of Guinea. And don't think about Africa as it is today, because you'd be making a mistake. The lines that are drawn now were drawn by colonial powers. And that's not how Africa was politically to begin with. So we all have to appreciate that resistance took place, and our family, our nation, that was commonly referred to as the Maroons, were those who stood up against colonization. And it did not start with the British. So let us start with the Spaniards. They were here before the British. And let us look at the other side of our ancestry. We're talking about the original Aboriginal First Nation persons who were here when the first set of Europeans arrived. And they were
commonly referred to as Amerindian, and I'm using the term Amerindian to get myself out of any political pickle. So, we have actually come to the realization that these people, the First Nation persons, were basically wiped out by and large by the time the British got here. Nonetheless, there were many of them still living in the Blue Mountain and other areas. And when our African foreparents join with them, it makes them even a stronger bunch. So, as many persons would have thought, and probably might still teach, Maroon did not necessarily start with our African foreparents who came here. It started with the First Nation people here. That is the Tainos. Now, if you look around us today, in Jamaica and a whole, we would say, okay, fine, we are Jamaicans, and many persons, when I was going to school and when I was much younger, everything that we see about Africa was basically depicting things where people were poor, they were undernourished, and all kind of mal intent was placed there on these people. Fact of the matter is, Africa is the richest continent on the face of the earth. It has all the mineral resources that is required by the industrial country to develop. And it is as a result of these mineral resources why today in Europe we have so much splendid buildings, as one would want to say, you know, these ivory castles. But if you look at the foundation of them, you know, these are things that were taken from Africa to enrich the Europeans. It is always good and well when Africa could see it right to come together to form the African Union. And from this, they have been putting forward many great suggestions and working stridently to ensure that the African man find his right place in this world. We here in Jamaica, as descendants of those persons from Africa, we too are making sure that whatever is done in the motherland is depicted here in a positive way, and we can help to strengthen the hands of our brothers and sisters that are still remaining in the motherland. In Maroon language and Maroon parallel, when we speak of country, we are referring to not American country and Western music, but we are referring to the motherland, Africa, from whence our foreparents originated. We do our best in the Maroon communities to maintain as much as we possibly can at this point in time of our African heritage. It is no wonder why we start this ceremony with Captain Rodney from the Charlestown Maroon blowing the abeng. And in case you don't know, we also call it the akete, because it is convenient for us sometimes to have two names for any given items or activity that we do in the Maroon community. And these things were born out of necessity. Because in order for us to remain relevant, in order for us to remain strident, we also has to have at least one step ahead of the colonizers. And that is why when we maintain a language that we refer to as the Cromanti language, it was a way of communicating in front of the colonial masters without them knowing what we were saying, or having the slightest clue of when our foreparents were planning to leave the plantation and to go and seek their freedoms in the hills of Jamaica. I know many times people refer to our foreparents as runaway slaves. Our foreparents were not runaway slaves. And it is a mistake to describe them as such. In the first place, they were not slaves, they were enslaved. The second thing is that they did not run away from the plantation because they did not belong to the plantation. If your child which belongs to your home would leave your house without your consent, then that child would become a runaway child. For what we know, our foreparents was not necessarily the property of anybody on any plantation. They were their own freedom fighters. They were their own people with their own mindset and their own will to survive. And as such, we greatly appreciate them. We appreciate what they did for us so that at the end of the day today, we can be a proud and strident people. So I want to say to you, Medasi, thank you for having me. And I hope this function will continue and to grow and be a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel. Elder. Our minister is here. Please welcome our Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange. She there, she in the house. Hello. We have to try to get Minister to dance later. Not true? Students, not true? Children, where have you been to? What did she give you? Where is my share? How can I reach it? Suppose I fall. Who taught you that manners? Who are the dog? Meow no. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I had moved something, move it. Move it. Ladies and gentlemen, Minister, I see you have brought my most distinguished Scottish ancestor with you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for one of Jamaica's biggest groups. When emancipation occurred in 1834 in Portland, they created immediately a new dance called Brookings. Mr. Darby is a legend. Darby, didn't give you any national award yet? Minister, Darby no get no national award. And in that mansion forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Mansion Hill Primary School with Brookings. Clap them! Afterwards, we'll have Colonel Douglas from Charlestown saying a word. Right after the Mansion Hill Primary School, Colonel Marcia Douglas of Charlestown will say a word as the program continues. We'll move then into our diplomatic missions. Two of whom are represented here today. So they will speak right after Colonel Marcia Douglas.
Recreation around the throne. Recreation around the throne. Oh, recreation. Recreation around the throne. Decent marching around the throne. Decent marching around the throne. Oh, decent marching. Decent marching around the throne. Where must I go? We go find my noble chairman. Where must I go? We go find my noble chair. Where must I go? We go find my noble chairman. Him gone away to a foreign land. So you kneel down, bow a little longer. Kneel down, bow a little longer. Kneel down, bow down. Oh yes, him gone away to a foreign land. Hey, solicitor, ambassador, where must I? With upon a solicitor, ambassador, where must I find? Solicitor, ambassador, because him gone away to a foreign land. So you kneel down, bow a little longer. Kneel down, bow a little longer. Kneel down and bow a little longer. Gone away to a far. Granddaughter the march, granddaughter the march, granddaughter the march, daughter the march, granddaughter the march, granddaughter the march. Oh, in a beautiful style, granddaughter the march, granddaughter the march, granddaughter the march, daughter the march, granddaughter the march. Come back, granddaughter the march. Oh, in a beautiful style. The queen a come in, the queen a come in, the queen a come show. The queen a come in, the queen a come in, the queen a come in. Oh, in a beautiful style. The queen a come in, 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 the queen a come in. Oh, in a beautiful style. whole of them. The 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 whole of them. Jubilee going round. Jubilee going round. Fall back, make me hold the line to go dance a Jubilee. Fall back, make me hold the line to go dance a Jubilee. Bend your back up. Bend your back up. Rock your body, fall back, make me hold the line to go dance a Jubilee. Rock your body, fall back, make me hold the line to go. Rock steady. Rock steady. Jubilee going round. Jubilee going round. Fall back, baby, hold the line to go dance a Jubilee. Come on, dance. Fall back, baby, hold the line to go dance a Jubilee. Breaking off. Looking off. Bend your back up. Bend your back up. Rock your body. Rock your body. Rock steady. Rock steady. Baby, hold the line to go. Pick up your two no. 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 Fall back, baby. Hold the line to go. Dance a Jubilee.
Clap them, clap them. Hello, little children. That dance is called Brookings. What modern day dancehall move it look like? Are you too young, you young for that? Look here. How they do the Brookings? You see them go so? Which dancehall move used to go so? Bogle. No, Minister. In other words, a lot of times the youngsters are doing moves that they think new. I'm going to show you another Kumina move while they sweep up the stage. There's a Kumina move where after them go so, there's a head movement that they do. So you see them go so, then they go so. I which dance that? Dirty wine. But guess what? Our ancestors know. So sensible people move their head one time. But what is that? So a lot of the dance. Which movement is this? You remember this? What the name? Signal the plane. That is a revival move. I'll fly away, oh glory. How that it come from? So all the dance we know I do. You know what I'm going to do? Later on in the program, I'm going to invite a couple of you to come do Jerusalem. And I bet you me can do every movement you can do. All right, you put up your hand, watch me and you. All right, Colonel Marcia Douglas of the Charleston Maroons want to have a word with you. And it's Colonel Marcia, I think you're the first female colonel down at your side. Minister, a woman rule today, you know. The Minister of Education is a woman. The Minister of Culture is a woman. The Honorary Consul from Ethiopia is a woman. The High Commissioner of Nigeria, though she's not here, is a woman. The High Commissioner of South Africa is a woman. A woman government. And see, you know, Colonel Marcia Douglas from Moortown. Galang, me love, galang, galang. Charleston. Lord, do not kill me. Rodney.
You hearing me now? Right. So I only get 3 minutes. I'm going to use the 3 minutes and see if we can lift the roof off, all right? Let me hear you say Akwaba. You have to go do better than that. My side over here, so let me hear Akwaba. No, sir, I'm not ready. Let me hear Akwaba. No, it look like something going over here, sir. Minister, you ready? Let me hear you say Akwaba. Akwaba. Akwaba is a formal greetings of the Maroon. So instead of saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, we say Akwaba. It was really wonderful to have been a part of this Africa Day, knowing Africa is the motherland and Africa is where our roots are sprung from. So we are lineage of that wonderful, noble nation. And so today, Heart Africa Day, we have many things that you can see and learn. Because I'm learning as I'm going through. And, you know, as you go through, I want you to take the time out to observe each and every booth, tent, or signs that you see put up. Learn from it. Take a page out of it. Keep it into your book. Because we, the Charlestown Maroon, what we do, we follow the Sankofa bird. So just like the bird go into the tail feather and take the oil to maintain the body, to preserve the eggs, what we do, we go back to the knowledge of our poor parents. We keep them for today and for the generation to come. And so we want to just keep spreading the good news of our generation knowledge, of our, let me tell you, of our, I want to put it in a good way, of our inheritance. Because our inheritance today is our wealth tomorrow. Our inheritance today is our wealth tomorrow. And we are putting the use of our foreparents, the knowledge together. We are using it for our own being for tomorrow, teaching the generation to come that they can weave things, that they can dress modestly. They don't have to have all the body parts outside. And they are looking so beautiful today. Let me see everybody under this tent, stand up. Let me see you standing. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Now I want you to turn to somebody and say, you're looking beautiful. Come on, turn to somebody else and say, you're looking gorgeous. Right. Because guess what happened? You're looking, and if you're a man, you can also say to the man, you're looking handsome. Because I see it, Mr. Gavin, I see it. And so that is how we are today, a well, beautiful, kept African. So just enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, I say, Medasi. What is Medasi? Thank you. Medasi is? Thank you. You will see us later on, and then Minister will dance for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Colonel, you bad. Me say a woman really rule. You hear how she bad? Lal, she hot on you. Overseer. Minister to the overseer there. Everybody, I want you to meet me, my overseer. See her there. Tell up and wave. Tell up and wave. I'm the overseer that. You know overseer, when they lick you, then what list? Same so. Yes. And so now, one of the things we did, and Minister, oh, by the way, this is being streamed. And so, but there are some people who will be also seeing it later on PBCJ. So if you are seeing us now, wherever you are in the world, welcome to Jamaica. Yes, because we are the world. That's all. Anything we do in Jamaica, we are the world. That is why our national pledge ends with what? To advance the welfare of the whole human race. And so our diplomatic missions from Africa who are here in Jamaica, we have to also recognize them. So here to bring greetings from the land of Ethiopia, the land of Emperor Haile Selassie Jah Rastafari. Or bring it it down a little more, man. Bring it down a little more. Bring it down a little more. Oh, I see what you mean. Is, or, yes. Our High Commissioner, our Honorary Consul, Her Excellency Judith Hilton. Put your hands together. And if you look around, you see all kind of Ethiopian. She has brought all kinds of things. And Minister, she has coffee and some special Ethiopian things there. And so, I give her this one. I'll give her this one. This one is clearer.
Yes. Test 1 2 1 2. ጤና ይስጥልኝ. ጤና ይስጥልኝ. Okay, I am going to teach you some of my language here. At least the minimum, we need to greet each other in Amharic. So when I say ጤና ይስጥልኝ, I want everyone to say ጤና ይስጥልኝ. ጤና ይስጥልኝ. ጤና ይስጥልኝ. Thank you so much. That sounds much better. So መጀመሪያ አገሬ ኢትዮጵያን ወክዬ እዚህ በመገኘቴ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል። ዛሬ የአፍሪካ ቀን እዚህ በምናከብርበት ጊዜ ሁላችሁም ተማሪዎች፣ አስተማሪዎች፣ የመንግስት ተወካዮች እንዲሁም ልዩ እንግዶች በሙሉ እንኳን ለአፍሪካ ቀን አደረሳችሁ እላለሁ። So in a short translation, first I welcome the children at Bafbe Primary School, teachers, principal, special guests, most honorable, our minister, Minister Grange, all of you are welcome to Africa and Jamaica. Master of Ceremonial, Honorable Lincoln Texter, CD Custos of Portland, Minister Olivia Babsy Grange, Minister Fabal William, Minister Darrell Vaz, High Commissioner of South Africa, Her Excellency Lamuko Yangene, and the representative of Nigeria High Commissioner, Her Excellency Maroon Tamunu, Nigerian High Commissioner to Jamaica, principal, teachers, the Bafbe Principal Primary School, and all special invitee guests, distinguished parents, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This indeed is a special day for me. I am privileged to be a part of this year celebration of Africa Day 2023 in the parish of Portland. Speaking after this wonderful Charlestown, Maroon is a treat for me. The link to Africa is very clear for all of us to see and to remember back to our roots. I take this opportunity to thank the government and the people of Jamaica for this second staging of the National Africa Day celebrations, which affirms the historic, cultural, economical, and people-to-people connection to the African continent. In particular, I thank the Minister of Culture, Entertainment, Sports, Honorable Olivia Grange, and the Minister of Education, Honorable Fabal Williams, for their contribution to the success of this year's celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa Day 2023 is being celebrated under the theme of Acceleration Implementation of Africa Continental Free Trade, AFCFTA, aimed at the beginning of great economic prosperity to the continent of Africa. The Africa Continental Free Trade is a result of the decision by the heads of governments of 54 of the continent's 55 countries in Africa. That is to create a single market of 1.3 billion people in Africa and the gross domestic product of GDP of USD 3.4 trillion. To increase trade among countries of Africa and the continent, as well as with the rest of the world. We are here today in Portland to celebrate with the Charlestown Maroon and the wider community of the parish, because there was a time when the trade with Africa and the Caribbean was dominated by the trade African slaves, where the sons of daughters of Africa were brought to the Caribbean in chains and shackles to work in the sugar plantation, owned and operated for the benefit of the British enslavers. Today, the proud and the free people of the Charlestown and the Jamaica can choose to trade in valuable goods and services with Africa and the continent. I am very pleased to be a part of this history. As the Honorary Consul of Ethiopia in Jamaica, I am responsible in promoting the culture and trade ties with the descendant of Africa in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. If we all able to increase trade and cultural ties between Africa and the Caribbean, we can greatly assist improving the quality of life for the people of Africa and the Caribbean. There is a great wealth to be created in doing business among ourselves, Africans and Jamaicans and wider Caribbeans. In doing so, we will provide exposure and experiences for our young people, like here today, the Bath Bay primary kids, students, to participate in the international trade and businesses in the future. This is one way in which the other ethnic culture group in Jamaica, as I observe, built their maintenance and great linkages among each other. The Chinese, the newly arrival Indian community are a good example. This new generation of children here at the Buff Bay Primary School must be taught through the change curriculum for benefit of deepening their knowledge of Africa, their roots, the opportunity of doing business with the continent of Africa, including my own country, Ethiopia. We would start by introducing teaching of the Jamaica's national hero, my favorite, Marcus Messiah Garvey, and his love and understanding of the potential of African continent for many decades ago. Today, we are witness to be here, potential participants in the awakening of Africa and its true potential through African continental free trade. Some of these very children here today will be the future trader and service provider for Africa and the Caribbean and Jamaica. And they will be strengthening trade and culture ties with the motherland, Africa. Today, we can live right here in the Caribbean and do business on a daily basis with Africa through modern technology, such as Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, e-commerce, all is available in our fingertip today. Thanks to the technology, we are no longer restricted by the time and distance separating the Caribbean from African continent. the future trade and travel between Africa is very bright. Once again, I congratulate the government and the people of Jamaica, as well as the people here in Portland at the Buff Bay Primary School, for the very appreciated and loved celebration of Africa Day 2023. I invite you all to join me in the Ethiopian exhibition booth to see and learn more about our tradition and modern day and the tradition and the ancient Ethiopia. I thank you and አመሰግናለሁ። እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ።
Ladies and gentlemen, Minister, you almost have to test me age. When you see how long me there and say me now move with something until minister come. Aye. Ambassador, I see. Yes. And now we'll continue with another diplomatic mission. Many of our Jamaican people came from parts of Nigeria and Ghana, right? Colonel Sterling? And so it is an honor for us to welcome, representing Her Excellency Maureen Tamuno, Nigerian High Commissioner to Jamaica, Mr. Tajuddin Ipo Abdul Kadir. He is Minister Counselor in the High Commission here in Jamaica. Welcome, my brothers and sisters, from the continent, from the land of Nigeria.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to adopt the already established protocol. Before I read the speech of the High Commissioner, I want to tender our apology for her inability to be here today. It's due to prior engagement. So please accept our apology. Today marks another milestone in the history of Africa, and it gives me a great pleasure to be in your midst for identifying with Africans on this occasion of Africa's Special Day. At the outset, I wish to state that this year marks the 68th anniversary of signature of his founding father in Addis Ababa. The theme of this year's celebration is Celebrating Africa, Sankofa, Return to Our Roots. Indeed, the theme for this year's African Day celebration in Jamaica is very instructive to the world and well commendable. I wish to state emphatically that the importance of celebrating African Days as part of the thrust to promote youth identity and collaborate with your brothers and sisters from the African motherland is a good and welcome development. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the significance of celebrating African Day has diverse meanings to different people. To some, the day provides an opportunity to celebrate the socio-economic achievement of the continent while others see African Day celebration as an opportunity to reflect on the progress made by the African Union in achieving its goals, especially with regard to protecting the human rights and freedom of Africans. As a matter of fact, African Day celebration is a strong cultural identity and common heritage. African Day is a chance for people to come together and celebrate diversity of Africa. Africa Day is intended to celebrate and acknowledge the success of the continent while reflecting upon the common challenges the continent is facing in the global environment. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a day for Africans and those who love Africa to show the world that the continent is a force to reckon with, and that the moment has come for African youths to define the Africa they want on their own terms, following centuries of being referred to in a negative and degrading manner. After years of being described as dark continent by the European invaders, scholars all over the world continue to discover and shed light on Africa as the cradle of civilization, from the origin of mankind to development of science, mathematics, engineering, architecture, ironworks, and spirituality. The first and diverse community of cultures, languages, and geographical terrain continue to be a mystery to many people. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, according to historians, the ethnogenesis of the black Jamaican people stemmed from the Atlantic slave trade of the 16th century, when enslaved Africans were transported as slaves to the Jamaica and other parts of Americans. The first African to arrive in Jamaica came in 1513 from the Iberian Peninsula. It is worthy of note that most Jamaican slaves came from the modern-day Ghana, Nigeria, Central Africa, and other Africans from tribes of Akan, Asante, Yoruba, Igbo, Ibibios, and others. Staple foods in Caribbean cuisine like breadfruit, ake, plantains, pigeon pigs, okra, yam, and many more were used by the enslaved trade. Most of these foods have found their way into the national dishes of the Caribbean. Your Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica has a long history of close cultural and spiritual ties to Africa. But now, a new chapter in this relationship is being driven by Africans making their homes in the Caribbean island. Jamaicans have talked about going back to Africa since the days of Marcus Garvey, but it is not one-way traffic, as significant numbers of Africans from East, West, and South Africa have also come into Jamaica. For example, their professionals from Ethiopia, South Africa, and Nigeria, Ghana, and many others. They came here as astronautical engineer, a writer, caterer, lecturer, and other professions. So, Nigeria is also the owner of Kingston Art Institute of Caribbean, popularly known as leading cardiac care center in West Indies. Again, some Nigerians are supporting Jamaica's spiritual upliftment through the establishment of spiritual centers. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I am glad to state on a special note that this year's African Day celebration is very historic and unique in the sense that people of Nigeria is awaiting the swearing-in of next President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Monday, 29th May 2023. Today, as we celebrate African Day, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and its good people renews their commitment and advocacy for unity, peace, stability, solidarity, development, progress, as well as prosperity of the African continent, Caribbean, Jamaica, as well as the globe at large. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to express profound gratitude to the organizer of this year event for extending invitation to the High Commissioner to attend this remarkable celebration and for pursuing a program of action aimed at deepening collaboration between the two regions, Africa continent and the Caribbean. More so, I wish to underscore that the celebration of African Day is very significant as it promotes deeper knowledge of Africa among the children of Jamaica as well as Africans. To this end, I want to say long live Africa CARICOM, long live Jamaica, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you all.
Teachers, we know that our students is a primary school, and we know after a while this will happen. So we're asking the teachers to get the students back under the tent. I think quite a few of them have been enjoying themselves out there now, so they can now return. Buff Bay, I want to commend the principal because Buff Bay Primary, I've been here every week for the last 5 weeks. And every time I come here, it's just to know school is happening. There's no all over the place. So students, I know you're all over, but we have a little more to go and some more exciting things coming, including a fashion show, African fashion. So don't get too restless. I know it is. And we're going to call on our third diplomatic mission representative who is here from the Republic of South Africa. Mr. Siliga is representing Her Excellency Lumko Jengeni, the High Commissioner of South Africa to Jamaica. Put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Siliga to the podium. He will be followed by a performance by the Liberty Learning Center. Minister, me see you with fan, but Mr. Taxter, look on the color Minister fan in a major frack.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Honorable Minister Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports. Honorable Minister Favia Williams, in absentia, Minister of Education and Youth. Excellencies in our midst, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Buff Bay Primary School and other schools who have joined us today, members of the community, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. In my language, I would have done it in 11 languages, greeting you, good afternoon. But allow me to say, Wagwan. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to be here today on behalf of High Commissioner Lumka Jengeni, High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa to Jamaica, to mark the 60th anniversary since the formation of the Organization of the African Unity, now the African Union, which today has 55 members, countries. And then it is really an honor for me to be speaking here after my brother from Nigeria. Thank you very much, my brother. It was indeed a wonderful message that fits this historic day. Indeed, it is also a pleasure and honor to be celebrating this day in this beautiful country called Jamaica. From its formation, the African Union now, then the Organization of African Unity. The main purpose was for unity, not forgetting that one of the issues was the decolonization of the African continent. I am speaking here today with my country being one of those countries that was liberated through solidarity and effort of the African Union and countries in the Caribbean, which include Jamaica. Their effort and support for liberation movement was of great importance to us, and we still cherish, and we are thankful for that. Today, we also pay tribute to our forebearers, the founders of the African Union, whose dreams of greater African integration and unity has endured. We also honor the masses of the revolutionary leaders of Africa who took up the mantle of Pan-Africanism and who fought for the economic and political integration of Africa. To have left a formidable legacy for our continent and all its people. They continue to inspire us, and the generations that will come after us will still be inspired by the forebearers of the dream of the African unity. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you have been here for a long time. I don't want to take long, but allow me that it is this day that we are here today in Jamaica that I want to also share that it is so interesting that the African Union have on the 18th of May 2018, 53 African Union member states signed an agreement to eliminate trade barriers in Africa. This results in the realization of the African Continental Free Trade Area in 2021. The largest free trade area the largest free trade area in population and geographical size, spanning 1.3 billion people. The African Free Trade Area members agreed to take action to facilitate trade goods, services, simplify custom procedures, and settle trade disputes. It is indeed a huge diplomatic and political success given the short timeline, the ambitious liberation goals, and the heterogeneous and large number of 55 member African states. The World Bank have estimated that the African Free Trade Area could raise 30 million Africans out of extreme poverty, increase the income of 68 million Africans, and generate up to 450 billion in revenue by 2035. In conclusion, allow me to conclude by saying that there are many bonds that tie Africa and the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, which include solidarity and support for the liberation struggle, shared history between Africa and the Caribbean. We are here today when the world at large, especially people of African descent, are pursuing the issue of reparation. It is almost 60 years since the formation of the African unity, which was one of the issues that many of the African countries have been pursuing. And we hope that the issue of reparation will be resolved in our lifetime. Thank you.
So we've heard from Ethiopia, we've heard from Nigeria, we've heard from South Africa. We do not have a representative from Ghana, who is one of the countries we have focused on this year. And we also want to project for next year, Mr. Williams, that we now have a representative in Jamaica for Sierra Leone since recently. So that may be, we may have to add that to Region 3 next year. Liberty Learning Center is one of the groups in Portland. See that? People are clap. Children, everybody ready? Everybody ready? Minister, I'm reminding them that we used to say there are some things we grew up with in Jamaica. That was really good, you know. Like the Grand Old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up. Do you know that the Grand Old Duke of York was the owner of the Royal African Company that enslaved Africans in Africa and brought them here? I may tell you, it is good to welcome Liberty Learning Center. Put your hands together for Liberty Learning Center. Where there is liberty, there is freedom. And where there is freedom, we see our young men engage in drumming. When they do so, they are positive. Yes, Liberty Learning Center. This activity is an activity of the National Council on Reparations in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Youth. Minister, see the people in for education. You see Marlon there, no, Minister? You see him? So he can't hide. And the Heritage Trust is here, Minister, Mr. Harris. Heritage Trust. And all kind of people there. JCDC is in the house. GIS is in the house. Ministry of Education is in the house. Our Bakra Master veteran is in the house from the Ministry's Communications Division. And M1 is in the house. If you are watching this, whether live or later when PBCJ will be bringing it, we are coming to you from the Buff Bay Primary School. This is Africa Day 2023. Here now from the first citizen of Portland, the Custos Rotulorium, Honorable Lincoln Thaxter, CD. Welcome him, and he will be followed by representative of Honorable Daryl Vaz. Mr. Gavin. Yes, sir. You're next. Thank you. Custos, over to you.
The Honorable Olivia Grange, OJCD MP, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Mr. Gavin Powell representing the Honorable Daryl Vaz, Member of Parliament, Your Excellencies representing the various missions, Representative Ms. Sinclair of the Ministry of Education, members of the JCDC, colonels of the Maroon in Portland, other distinguished guests, Principal Jacqueline Edwards of the Buff Bay Primary School, and all the students resplendent in your African garb. I know you're very restive at this time, and I understand, having also been principal of a primary school myself. So I greet you all, and to say how honored I am to be bringing you greetings. Behind me, Your Excellency, Ms. Hilton of Ethiopia, I was quite surprised to see the Ethiopia display, because Ethiopia, the root word is land of the beautiful. And it has its also connection to aesthetics, which is the study of beautiful things. And I remember that the name also, Aesop, which has also its roots with Ethiopia and aesthetic, means black. So, and Aesop was a black man. So today we are really connected in a special way, Jamaica and Africa. And we are here to celebrate that connection. Our historical, social, cultural, and economic ties go deeply. In fact, this week, the Daily Observer, and I'll ask you to bear with me, I shan't be long. The Daily Observer of May 23, I saw a news item that said that Island Records founder Chris Blackwell on Tuesday was one of the 3 recipients of the 2023 Polar Music Prize, a prestigious Swedish music award. And he was joined by 5-time Grammy Award winner Angelique Kidjo, Beninese French singer and activist from Africa, and another Estonian awardee. In her acceptance speech of this award, she said, at the beginning of her career, she faced many hurdles, having had her music rejected by every record company in Paris. She was placed in touch with someone in Jamaica who, I quote, had the passion for my work, signed me right away, and started me down the path to success. This person was Chris Blackwell. He has allowed me to build these bridges between all the beautiful music and peoples of the world so that we can celebrate our common humanity. So, my brothers and sisters, today is a celebration of the common humanity between the peoples of Africa and the peoples of Jamaica. Jamaica and Africa, notably West Africa, are inextricably linked by history, culture, and the various forms of cooperation and social interaction. During the apartheid era, and my South African brother would know, Jamaica was one of the countries that joined the growing group of countries that stood out in robust criticism of the evil apartheid system. As our educational processes help our children to make sense of the complex multicultural world, I salute the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Culture, Gender and Sport for their decision to host Africa Day at Buff Bay Primary in this historic town of Buff Bay. Out of today's experience, our students and teachers will develop a greater understanding of Africa and its place in our own cultural birth and development. I want to mention quickly Mr. Sidney Bartley, former, of the Ministry of Culture. I met Mr. Bartley many years ago when I was principal at Calabar High School. And he came and did a staff development session. In fact, it was a devotional exercise, and my teachers were moved by his usage of African drumming with our own traditional choruses and worship style. In fact, it was a wonderful spiritual connection, thanks to Mr. Bartley. I am sure every effort will be made in our ministries to correct the misleading narrative that have at times passed as authentic history. I am hoping that our children will come to an even greater appreciation of our past, and that one of our national day of celebration, Emancipation Day, will receive even greater attention. I thank you all for coming here today, and may the spirit of our ancestors carry us onward to even greater achievements. Thank you very much.
No, but I announced him already. And so, as I said before, thank you, Costas. Thank you very much. Mr. Gavin Powell, representing the Honorable Daryl Vaz, the Member of Parliament for this area.
Her Excellency, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange, representatives of the Diplomatic Corps, Custos of Portland, the Honorable Lincoln Thaxter, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am representing the Honorable Daryl Vaz, who is inevitably absent. He is currently on official business overseas, and as a result, has asked that I greet his colleague, the Honorable Minister, expecting the Honorable Favour Williams as well. He has asked that I greet both ladies who are his cabinet colleagues. Welcome them to the beautiful parish of Portland, and hope that you will come back when he's here so that he could give you the royal treatment. May has been a month filled with plenty activities. We've celebrated Child's Month, Education Week, Teachers' Day, Labor Day, but we are particularly impressed with the fact that we've started to celebrate Africa Day on May 25th each year. It gives Portland a special feeling of pride and joy that Buff Bay Primary, of which I'm also the chairman, was selected as the school to host such a prestigious function. We are looking forward to the growth and development of this function because our children must be sensitized about all our roots. Our gratitude must be expressed to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport for taking the lead in bringing such a function in this rural parish. It is well needed, and we look forward to contributing to its further growth and development. The theme of returning up to our roots is well noted. It has been a long-held wish of many Jamaicans, not just the Rastafarians, for us to go back to our motherland, back to Africa, where our roots are innate. While we celebrate emancipation, We will never and can never forget the indignity and brutality which our ancestors faced. Today we celebrate that we are bringing this information to the children of the next generation so that they can move forward, sensitizing their ears as it relates to our history. Jamaica and Africa go way back. We remember in the days when Africa had their issues as it relates to culture. We as Jamaicans, basically our songs were adapted in Africa. Bob Marley's songs were used in the African campaign, and even now, our relationship remained very strong. You may recall our recent Burna Boy concert, which was sold out long before time. If you hear of a Jamaican reggae artist going to Africa, then you know that that concert would have been sold out nonetheless. That is the root, the deep roots that we have in Africa and Africa in our country. We are conquerors and overcomers, Africa and Jamaica alike. And for that, we must celebrate. And we are looking forward and emphasizing the development and growth of such a relation so that in the future, all this will be preserved. Please allow me to acknowledge and recognize the descendants of our Maroons, the Maroons of Charlestown and the Maroons of Moortown from East and West Portland respectively. They have done an excellent job in cultural preservation, and we commend them for the role that they continue to play in the retention of our culture. I endorse the event today and hope that it will be strengthened in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Gavin representing Minister Vaz. And now, we're going to have two performances and then Minister Grange. And because I know Minister Grange loves to dance, and you want to see her dance, I'm going to do the two performances in order. So on stage right now is Manchanil doing their second item. Manchanil come first, and then right after Manchanil, the group that will bring Minister Grange on stage to do her presentation, which we all want to hear. Children, I want you to sit down and we have to enjoy this and enjoy Minister. Buff Bay Primary, we're happy to be here. All the streaming, all the projection. It's Manchanil out of Portland. And this time, they are celebrating Mr. Manahan. Next, help me boss. Excuse me, sir. And this time, we are going to be celebrating a dance out of the parish of St. Mary. I want to let our African missions know that Africa was never forgotten in over the period of enslavement. But we formed out of our ancestry new ways of demonstrating, of resisting, new ways of celebrating life. You saw Brookings that celebrated freedom. I am told, I need to get this off the stage. I am told that now we're going to the parish of St. Mary, Region 2, St. Mary and Portland, from Brookings to Dinkimini. After this is the Moortown Maroons, who will bring the minister on stage, dancing as she makes Charlestown, I'm sorry. You know it already. Me love you no still. Me no know me old man now, me make mistake. Yes. Charlestown will bring the minister on stage for her presentation. So let me tell you, I'm not introducing the minister. Charlestown will bring her on to make her presentation. You ever see Minister Grange dance yet? Well, watch out. Let's go. Manchanil, you're on. Charlestown Maroon, stay nearby.
Auntie Maria, so me hear the balling. Auntie Maria, so me hear the balling. Come and say Auntie Maria, Auntie Maria, and when me run go look. At 12 o'clock at night, so me hear the ball, no time no dog no bark, no time no puss no park, lick down corner post, oh Auntie Mary boy, rub pang pang patay, hey Auntie Mary, Auntie Mary, Auntie Mary, hey Auntie Mary, Auntie Mary, when me run go look, 12 o'clock at night, no time no dog no bark, the ball in this and dog a fight. Lick down gonna boy. Hey, Auntie Mary boy. Hey, Auntie Mary boy. Auntie Mary, oh, we are the body. Auntie Mary, oh. Auntie Mary, oh. And when me run go look, 12 o'clock go night. No time no dog no bark. No time no puss no fight. Oh, Auntie Mary boy. Hey, Auntie Mary, oh. Auntie Mary, oh. Auntie Mary, oh. Auntie Mary, Auntie Mary, Auntie Mary, and when me run go look, cross and dog a fight, and no corner post, rub him fuck the boy, Auntie Mary boy. Rosemel, bello, bello, hey Rosemel, bello, bello, hey Rosemel, bello, bello. Rosabelle, follow me some and gone. Hey, Rosabelle, jump through the window, gone. Hey, Rosabelle, put on darkness and fight. Hey, Rosabelle, rook, jump from splash. Hey, Rosabelle, rook, jump from splash. You know here. Hey, Roosevelt, put on senior. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, bello, bello. Hey, Roosevelt, bello, bello. Hey, Roosevelt, they are like you know see. Hey, Roosevelt, Kakago, you know here. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, bello, bello. Roosevelt, bello, bello. Hey, Roosevelt, jump through the window, gone. Hey, Roosevelt, they all like you know see. Hey, Roosevelt, Kakako, you know here. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, rook, dunk, splash. Hey, Roosevelt, bello, bello. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo, guy. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. Hey, look at me wilo. Hey, look at me wilo. Hey, look at me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. Me lick about me wilo. 2, 3. Me know my ABC. Me know my 1, 2, 3. Me look about me wilo. Then you seize. Oh. Me look about me wilo. Me wilo. Me look about me wilo. Me wilo. Me wilo. Me wilo. Oi. Me wilo. Me wilo. Tyreek. Me wilo. Hey, me wilo. Tyreek. Me wilo. You know you walk one a bumper walk. You know you walk one a bumper walk. Young girl a dance on bumper dick. She a walk and a walk on the bumper dick. She a walk man a close on the bumper dick. She a walk man a close on the bumper dick. Hey. And I live up the leg for the bumper dick. Hey. And I live up the leg for the bumper. She a dance and a dance for the bumper dick. Yeah, you walk on a bumper walk. She a dance and a dance for the bumper. Take a girl out for the bumper dick. Take a girl out for the bumper dick. You know you walk on a bumper walk. You know you walk on a bumper walk. You know you walk on a bumper walk. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Good. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Good. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Hey. Make it burn down. Hey. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. 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 Oh, make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey. Burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. Tell the gumbo. Ahaya. Make the gumbo you go burn down there. Ahaya. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there. 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 Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Hey.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Make it burn down. Oi.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Then you seize up. Seize up. I make it burn. 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 Burn. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Tell the gumbo you go burn down there.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Tell the gumbo you go burn down there.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Tell the gumbo you go burn down there.
Tell grandma ya go burn them day.
Make it burn. Make it burn. Make it burn down there.
Grandma ya go burn them day.
Make it burn. Make it burn. Make it burn down.
Grandma ya go burn them day.
Make it burn. Make it burn. Make it burn down. Tell the gumbo you go burn down there.
Minister! You know it go already. When you hear the drum, if you don't move, you're not African. So anybody who sit down in the crowd and hear the drum and go so, or so, or so, or so, or so, you're not fraud. You're not fraud. Not true, High Commissioner. Not true. In Nigeria, when you hear the drum, you know how it goes. The last time I went to Nigeria, when I was in Nigeria the last time, in Abuja, I heard the drums. And when I heard the drums, I had to move. Charlestown. You see, Colonel, you confuse me. You confuse me. Charlestown is going to bring. When Charlestown is, they're going to bring on the minister. The minister will speak. And right after the minister is the African fashion show. We have clothes from the Ethiopian High Commission, clothes from Etal, and clothing from shades of Africa. The teachers and the students and parents are the models today. So, Charlestown, you're on. No, man, we take it off still. No, man. Come on, Charlestown, let's go. And make sure say when you drink, make sure say when you do the rum thing, you know, because me no want nothing go on. Me no want nothing. Colonel, me no want nothing go on. Buff Bay Primary School brought Buff Bay alive today. When we went on the road, it was good to see how many people on the sidewalk, on the streets, in the houses, in the shops, in the bars, who were dancing to the music, who just wanted to have an opportunity. They're happy to be able to display their African identity. Today is Africa Day. If you're joining us live or if you're coming on later on PBCJ, it is Africa Day 2023. May 25, the best month, May 25. Yeah, the best month, Mr. Williams. May 25. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Africa Day. If you want it to work, put it in May.
Check.
The Moortown chief is here. Ministry of Education staff who are here. Make sure you bring the Maroons to your schools to talk to your students. Let them know the real thing. Because some of what was written in the history was not written right. They say the hunter will always look good because the lion did not write the story. Yeah? Yeah? The hunter will always look good. You ready? You ready, Charlestown? I want to make wait for you now. The minister speaks next. And then it's the African fashion show, live on stage. But now it's Charlestown. Come be hot up the place. After Manchanil, just bring out the dust. It is Africa Day. And as we bring on Charlestown, we remember Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We remember Bob Marley, Nelson Mandela. We remember, oh my God, we remember Taki, Chief Taki, Sam Sharp, Bogle. We remember Kojo, Nani, Kwao. We remember. Take it on, more Charlestown.
Granny Nani,
Yeah.
stand up and dance. We're celebrating Africa Day. Let me see you all. Rock to the drums. Come on. There's an African proverb that says, if you can talk, you can sing. And if you can walk, you can dance. Come on. Mama G, come on. Yes, Mama G.
One, two. That was good, wasn't it?
Please. Everybody, that was good. And that's how we bring on the minister who the prime minister said, everybody knows that it's a Babsy. Now, sir, the minister who the prime minister said, everybody knows said it's a Babsy. The minister of culture must arrive culturally. Yes? So I give you now my minister.
Thank you, Sid. And let's give a big round of applause for Sid, who has emceed this event. And I must tell you all, it will not be a long speech. Because the children are restless. We have a fashion show coming up. So, good day, Buff Bay Primary. Children, how are you today? Don't you want to know how I am? How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. So, it's a good day for Buff Bay. It's a good day for the beautiful parish of Portland. And allow me to greet the representative of my colleague minister, who is here representing her, Marlon, who is here representing Minister Williams. And also to greet my brothers and sisters who are here representing the diplomatic missions in Jamaica. I have to, of course, acknowledge my colleague minister, Darrell Vaz, who would have been here if he wasn't traveling. And I also want to acknowledge his representative, Gavin, who is also here today. And of course, the Custos of Portland, Mr. Taxter. And I'm happy that you made reference to the honor and the award that Chris Blackwell got, and the fact that he was sharing the stage with an African artist who he assisted. And of course, to my brothers and sisters of the Charleston Maroon, and to our elder colonel of the Moortown Maroons. So Colonel Wallace Sterling, it was good seeing you up there, and you're looking handsome as usual, right? So I also want to greet the chair of the National Council on Reparations, which functions out of my ministry. Now, today we are celebrating Africa through the symbol of the Sankofa, a bird with its head turned backward, signaling that we must remember where we're coming from. It is about celebrating our history, our culture, and our heritage. It was the Right Excellent Marcus Messiah Garvey, our national hero, and globally recognized Pan-Africanist who stated, "A people without knowledge of their past history, their origin and culture is like a tree without roots. Such a people would not be able to achieve the fullness of their destiny as ordained by God." So today we have a chance to bring our children knowledge of who they are, of where they're coming from, as we seek to provide them a path to prosperity and success. Today, we return to our roots. So Africa Day is celebrated May 25 because on that day, as was said earlier, in 1963, 60 years ago, the African Union was founded in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, then called the Organization of African Unity. And this was part of the effort to promote a global Africa based in a common heritage and a shared destiny. I don't want to talk for long because I'm looking forward to the fashion show, but I just want to say that the children are so beautiful in their African outfits. I want all the children to put your hands together and clap yourself. That fenke fenke. I want you to clap yourself, and I want the adults to join you too and clap you. It is important that the Ministry of Culture and the Ministry of Education work together to have Africa Day and to have Jamaica Day. It is important that the children, we start with the very young, to let them know their roots, to let them know their history, and to let them celebrate who they are. So I just want to greet you. I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank all those who organize Africa Day, and I especially want to acknowledge the principal, who, if it weren't for the principal, then all the kids, we wouldn't have gotten them together. And they're well behaved. They get a little restless because it's been a long day for them. But I think they have done very well. And so I want to applaud the principal and the teachers of Buff Bay. So with those few words, I think I should take a bow and I should invite Sid to get the fashion show started. Thank you so much for coming. One heart, one aim, one destiny. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Minister Grange. So we are going to go right now into the fashion show. And of course, it's African fashion. So we are doing the Ethiopia fashions first, and then we move to Etal, and then Shades of Africa. Okay, so we're doing the Ethiopia fashions first, then Etal, and then Shades of Africa. So we welcome now music, Ethiopian music.
It's African passions being done by teachers, students, and parents of Buff Bay Primary School. Our first set features Ethiopia. Passion from the Consulate of Ethiopia in Jamaica. We are focused on Ethiopia in this first part of our fashion show.
Ethiopian Jamaica. Miss Taylor.
Ethiopian fashion. And you see the red, green, and gold. Yes. From the Kingdom of Ethiopia. The only country in Africa that was never colonized. Ethiopia, the place where the first Christian church was established in the Bible in Africa. Ethiopia. The Nile River flows into the Garden of Eden, where you have Egypt. This is African Fashion Show, featuring fashions from Ethiopia in our first set of fashions today. Looking very stylish. Hey, royal wave. Yeah, yes. Ethiopia is what we are celebrating in the first part of this fashion show. Our honorary consul is here, and she has supplied us with Ethiopian fashion. And so, here in Buff Bay Primary School, for the first time, Ethiopian fashions on show. Look at this go. Vice Principal Miss Bembridge. Vice Principal Miss Bembridge stepping out in Ethiopian fashion. Vice Principal Miss Bembridge. Ethiopia is in the house. Ethiopia is in the house. And even our children can wear Ethiopian fashions. Look at them go. Put your hands together for our children. Wow, watch her turn. Woo! Yes, bruh. She's got it. This is our head girl. Our head girl. Doing it in style. African fashion show from Ethiopia. Head girl Shamilia. Modeling Ethiopian fashions today. Some call it Chinese bump. Some call it Nubian knot. But whatever we call it, it's Afrocentric. And dare I ask this question of my education regional office, can our children appear in school looking like this? After all, it's an African identity. We need to look at that very closely. How do we show that we are African by the... Look at the head boy. The head boy is also in African style, in Ethiopian fashion. Look at him. Kimani. Kimani. Hey! Hey! Good Kimani. Yes. Operating like mother and daughter. Look at this. Look at them together. Woo! Sorry. Ethiopian fashion in the house. Ethiopian fashion in the house. Showing like mother and daughter dressed to go out together. Put your hands together, beautiful. Clothing from Ethiopia. And you see this Ethiopian one where I come, you would think of Jarastafari. No, not this one, the other one behind her. Look at Ethiopia again. All these are fashions from the Ethiopian consulate here in Jamaica. Yes, our teachers, our parents, and our students at Buff Bay Primary School. And when you see the next one, you would think it's an empress from Rastafari. Here she comes. Minister, this one is a sports officer in Portland. Look at her come in Ethiopian fashion. Ethiopian fashion. Wow. Wow. Ethiopian fashion. This is our African fashion. Yeah, man. This is the president of the PTA. This is the president of the PTA. Minister look like students. The president of the PTA looking like students. Put your hands together. I want to hear you scream for the president of the PTA. The PTA is involved. Mr. McPherson in Ethiopian fashion and style. And they're coming back together to showcase the Ethiopian style. Put your hands together, keep the applause going, and the screams. Buff Bay Primary, get ready for your item. Buff Bay Primary, get ready for your item. It's next. Very good. Ethiopian fashion on display in Buff Bay Primary School. If you join us live or you're joining us on PBCJ for a rebroadcast later on this evening, it's Africa Day at Buff Bay Primary School in Portland. It's an African fashion show with Ethiopian, starting off with Ethiopian fashions. They will change quickly. They will change quickly. While we present the collection from Ethiopia. The collection from Ethiopia. And girl, you walk like stylish model, you know. I'm going to Mr. Peters, come look here. Fashion and styles from Ethiopia. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Our teachers, our students, and parents in African fashion for today. Keep moving. Just keep moving. Buff Bay Primary, are you ready with your item? so that the models will change. Our next fashion presentation will be from Shades of Africa, boutique in Kingston, Jamaica. Shades of Africa. And as we wait for the rest of the fashion show, thank you, Mr. McPherson. Bob Bay Primary School will present a dance, and so the rest of the fashion show will be the closing of this day's event. So Bob Bay, while the models are changing, take the stage. Bob Bay Primary, take the stage. As the models change for Shades of Africa, to be followed by Et al., 2 boutiques in Kingston, Jamaica. And thank you very much, HC. That was wonderful. Your heart must be happy. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Back to Africa by Louise Bennett. Back to Africa, Miss Matty. You don't know what you just say. You have to come from somewhere first before you go back there. You know say that your great-great-great-grandma was African. But Matty, don't your great-great-great-grandma was Englishman. Then your great-grandmother father by your father's side was Jew. Then your great-grandpa mother by your mother's side was French parlez-vous. But the balance of your family, your whole generation, unu all bandong a bongrong, unu all is Jamaican. That is why you're going, Miss Matty. Oh, you view the continents, and between you and the Africans is great resemblance. If a hard time you there run from, take your chance. But Matty, do sure where you come from, so you got somewhere to come back to. Go foreign, seek your fortune, but not tell nobody say you there go to seek your homeland. For right this so you're dead. Aye, aye, aye.
Students who are not performing, please go to your seats. hands together for the Buff Bay Primary School. And now, presenting Passion.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilonoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana, dawo yami, ayikholana, buso wami, awukholana, ilondoloze.
Shades of Africa on stage. I think the head girl has got it, man. You see how she walk? Shamilia. Shades of Africa in Kingston, Jamaica. African fashions for going out, showing your Afrocentric identity. Teachers, this is Miss Taylor, the culture agent for the school. Thanks, Miss Taylor. Yeah, man. Let me know where your culture agent. And the vice principal, Miss Bainbridge.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
Next, come on.
Jerusalem, ikayalami. Ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
Hey, uhambe
nami, zungangishilana.
And now, we're continuing our fashion show. We're moving from Shades of Africa, and now we are presenting Etal. Passion by Etal Fashions in Kingston. Etal on Windsor Avenue in Kingston. Yes, Etal Fashions, African wear. There goes Kimani again. And again we show the president of the PTA in regal Etal fashion. When the PTA gets involved, Minister, we're good. The PTA president struts the catwalk today in African fashion, and he's supported by Mr. McPherson.
Jerusalem,
Mr. McPherson is a physical education teacher here at Buff Bay Primary School. I just love to see the head girl as she walks in what she has on. I just love to see the head girl. Put your hands together and scream! Head girl, you're doing well. Strutting your stuff. Teachers showing again. Etal fashion.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana.
These youngsters are doing it. This is the treasurer of the Buff Bay Primary School PTA. This is the treasurer of the Buff Bay Primary School PTA. Fashioned by Et al. Et al. Fashions. Fashioned by Et al. And that is the secretary of the Buff Bay Primary School PTA. So the PTA is well represented today. This is fashioned by Et al. Et al. Boutique in Kingston, Jamaica, being modeled by the PTA secretary today. And now, continuing Et al. Fashion. Wow, you gotta walk gingerly, girl. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. From Et al. Fashions. Teachers, look out. Everybody scream. It's an exciting ensemble put together by Et al. Then look at the vice principal. Look what she done for today. Woo! Our vice principal in Et al. Fashions from Et al. Boutique in Kingston, Jamaica. Head girl coming again in more fashion by Et al. Who else is coming? Anybody else coming? Are we finished our fashion show? Hey girl, you're doing so well. African Fashions by Et al. Closing out our fashion show, we're bringing back all the fashion from Et al. Let's go together. Passion by Ital. Closing out the fashion show. Passion by Ital. This is Etal. Closing out the fashion show for today. Etal Fashion.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana.
Closing out the fashion show for today. That's Etal Fashion. And guess what? The Charleston Maroon is reminding us that their annual international festival and conference, June 21 to 25 at Charleston. The theme this year, reconciliation, justice, healing, unity. The PTA president closing out our fashion show for today. And I know, just take it down a little bit. I know a lot of children came here, all dressed up in African fashion. Any child who want to come and display their fashion on stage? Line up right there if you want to come and show off what you have on. Line up. Line up if you want to come and show off what you have on. You don't have an African clothes. We want people in African outfit today.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
All right.
Uhambe nami,
clap him, clap him. Clap him, everybody.
Ikayalami, ilondoloze. Uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami, ayikholana. Buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze. Zuhambe nami. Dawo yami, ayikholana. Buso wami, awukholana. Ilondoloze.
Clap them. And come back now. Go up now, go up, go up.
ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami.
Hello. Hello, come here. Bring him. Bring that little boy. The little boy with the hair, yes. You come already. You come already.
Ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
You come already and see glory. Go back down.
Shilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
All right, we're closing off soon. All students, if you have... No.
Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana.
We're doing African wear.
Zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
Hello.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana.
Girls, hello. You cannot stay, you gotta come back. That's it. No more. That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you very much. Our last item from Buff Bay Primary School. Can you clear the area, please? Clear the area. The last items. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just an announcement. Thank you very much, children. Go back to your seat. We're just closing off. The head girl has to do the vote of thanks. It's good for you to have paraded your African wear. There's a little boy who came in an outfit, and he had his hair plaited. A little boy who came in an outfit with his hair plait. And I wanted to put Mr. Williams on the spot and ask if this boy would be. Hello? I can't remember where he is. A little youth who had a little outfit that sent sideways. One long something. Huh? What his name? Dajim? Where is he? Where is he? Jazim. Where is Jazim? Come here, Jazim. Come here, Jazim. Mr. Williams, Jazim could go to prep school, look, so. You don't think they should be able to go in school, look, so? Eh? Look how he look African. You see it? All right. Where the representative for the regional officer, Mr. Williams, you don't know where she there? Yeah, hi there. Thank you, Jazim. Look how he's proud of himself. All right, Buff Bay Primary, your last item, where are you? Huh? One more after what? Mr. Mande, Mr. McPherson is trying to get me into trouble because he decides he might do the last item. I mean, I know it all work. What are you doing now? A dance? All right.
Zagadat.
Aquaba, oh sister, I know be your brider. Give me one chance, make I be a fighter, provider. Put for my man, make I be a pasta. Me and Jumuti, make I be a sponsor.
Thank you very much. Done. What? This one? Oh, it go? We have one another one? Oh, there's a teacher's dance. Then Madam Principal, you know it too? The principal will go dance. Hello, everybody scream. The principal will go dance. Everybody scream. Yes, sir. No. Hold on there. Hold on. Ministry of Education. Who is the head of, who is from the regional office who is here? Oh no, I try hide. Because I don't know where I go ask you now. Oh no, stand up and defend yourself. Will the people from the Ministry of Education Region 2 office please stand? I'm going to tell the people and say, no, deny it, you know. And the person, deny, it's like how Peter denied Christ. Get up. The people, Mr. Williams, talk to them, you know. Talk to them, tell them, where I come from. The people who are Ministry of Education, Regional Office, please stand. May I look upon them, you know, and may I want them to now stand up. You see, Minister, you see how long they take me stand up? Because them one day, I go ask them about how the children here if we go to school or if we go dance. I want to say this. You see the principal here? You better promote her. Because I tell you, say she is really, really, really good. She has taken this thing. And it's the first time we have a school that have poster out. You know, me find out, say there's a poster, and the minister called me and asked me, say, if me see this poster there, gate, no, program, official program, printed officially, if you don't raise the you see all you? I'm my chairman. Get up. Are you a chairman? Are you a chairman? No, let me talk, you know. Hello, hear me go whisper something to you. Now whisper something where uncle you are going to hear. Raise our pay. Why? Give me some music. You hear me defend you?
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana
Hey! Put your hands together. Hello. Chairman. You see how we should do like well? I bet if me call the regional office from the Ministry of Education, we going to do it, they not do it. They not do it. Me see Marlon dance today, you know, Minister. You should have seen him. Yes. Me shock. Marlon put on a piece of... Colonel, good to see you. You're good for you have to be here. There's a gentleman from here who is a PE teacher who swear to God say him related to chronics. And him a kill me say him need to have a message to the children. Mr. McPherson, hold on, him a fan group. Everybody who like Mr. McPherson scream. No man, if chronics get this, you're not happy. All right, Baba, go on. Then say.
A good day, beautiful people. Now, this is a story for the children of Africa, originally done by Chronic, so I have to big up Chronic. I want you to just listen to the words of this song, ponder on it for a while. All right? All right? We love the children of Africa, teaching the children. Oh, na na. Black eye, black ear, black skin, that queens and majestic with the black king. Today I'll sing you a black song. You need to hear about beautiful black things, cause most time we talk about black, we talk about black magic and black witches. Black book, black list, black market, black Friday, you spend off your black riches. I never seen a doctor in black, nor seen a black pill for curing the black people. But I've seen bush doctors like Dash and Marley resurrect like a real black beetle. Malcolm, Marcus, Martin. Now you not hear about Owen often. Now when the liquor offspring oxen. Yeah, when the liquor offspring oxen, tell them they never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us. They never told us that black is beautiful. You a behave and a go on like you never spent 500 years on a farm. The same chain you a wear and a go on is another black life in Sierra Leone. Whoa, them find out Mama Earth got gold then. Them find out Mama Earth black soul then. You work hard just to get a black card. Same card where you swipe buy back your black gold them. Hold on. I see no faces long, but this is not a racist song. This is a song for the children who were never told about where the race is from. They never hear it in them favorite song. Everybody calm and say slavery is done. But what gonna go on when the babies come? I start read about things like Dogans, Black Kenneth and Crooks, Black Kings, Black Senate and Blooks. We teach bare pyramids and put bare significance to if it is all looks. So every word when we sing black, in my world everything black. Black, white, white, black, right back. So won't be surprised if me say me king black, cause they never told us. Sing with me now. Black is beautiful, they never told. Come on, sing. That black is beauty, they never told us. That black is beautiful, they never told us. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us that black is beautiful.
Hello. I hope him members say me give him boss. Not true. Not true. Our big members say me give him boss. Ladies and gentlemen, I will invite the head girl to say the vote of thanks. Shamilia? Shamilia? Mr. Manahan? I don't know if she need the podium and her chores because she has paper in her hand. Shamilia is a head girl. And I know it need that. No, she going to probably need it. You can hold
it. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister Olivia Bob-Zigridge, honorary councils and representatives from the Ethiopian, Nigerian, and South African Council and High Commissions, Honorable Lincoln Thaxter, Member Costas Bartolomeo Portland, Mr. Garvin Powell, representative for the Member of Parliament, representative from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, and representative from Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports, members of the media, teachers, students, performance, parents, and everyone present here. Today, everyone present here. A pleasant afternoon. I want to take this opportunity to attend sincere thanks on the behalf of the Buff Bay Primary School family. First, for choosing us as the feature school for Africa Day 2023, and secondly, for taking the time out to participate and share in this occasion with us. We are deeply appreciative for your presence here and very, 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 very grateful for the opportunity to learn about our African culture from your many inputs and presentation. Once again, our sincere thanks in the words of our Jamaican icon, Mistress Louise Bennett Coverley. Walk good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, head girl. Ladies and gentlemen, it was good to have been here for the second staging of Africa Day being done by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport and the Ministry of Education and Youth. This is a calendar event. It will be next year in the Region 3. And Region 3 is what, Mr.? St. Anne and Trelawney. So that's where we'll be next. Mr. Gavin, the chairman of the board too. Our minister, our head of the Reparations Council, members of staff of the ministry who are here, the various media presenters, JIS, M1, PBCJ, IRI FM, Ministry of Education and Youth, all of you. If you are hearing this or watching this, it means you are either here joining with us in this live broadcast or you are watching PBCJ in the delayed broadcast. Wherever you are in Jamaica or in the world, this was Africa Day 2023. Celebrating Africa, Sankofa, return to our roots. walk good. And wherever you walk, may good Duppy walk with you.